Ether is leading a rally in major cryptocurrencies as investors flock to assets that can shield their money from the effects of rising inflation. The world's second biggest digital token has reached a record high of more than $4,700 each. It's risen to more than a third over the past month and more than 500% since the start of the year. Rival Bitcoin is also up 50% since the start of October and trading near its own record of $66,000. The optimism comes amid a string of good news for the sector. Australia's biggest lender, Commonwealth Bank, says it's letting retail customers trade cryptocurrencies. Regulators in the Asian financial hub Singapore also say they want to turn the city-state into a major player in the handling of blockchain-based assets. According to data platform CoinGecko, the value of the global cryptocurrency market has topped $3 trillion thanks to the latest surge in prices. Now, for more, let's go to Naeem Aslam. He's the chief market analyst at Ava-Trade in London. Welcome back to the program, Naeem. Now, together with cryptos, we also saw gold, the traditional safe haven, reach a 3-month high. How did assets like Bitcoin and Ether find themselves in company like this?
Thank you for having me. Look, I think there are a number of factors playing right now when we look at the global economy. Number one is obviously soaring inflation. And when we are speaking of inflation, it is mainly about safe haven assets like gold and the new digital gold cryptos. And by that especially, I mean Bitcoin. And of course, because of the supply issues, because over here you can't just carry on keep printing the money. Like in terms of the dollar, there is no limit. You can just continue to print, and there's the infinity is the limit really for a fiat currency. But in terms of cryptos, we know there's only limited amount of a Bitcoin, there are only limited amount of Ethereum, so on and so forth. So investors have started to believe this particular theory that if you want to have a real hedge against inflation, then assets like Bitcoin are the best position for that one.
Now, as we've discussed in the past, just last week, central banks starting to raise rates or at least sending signals that they may soon do so. How will these affect assets like cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ether, and the like?
Sure. So we don't necessarily think that's going to have a massive influence. But of course, if you look at us against the dollar and especially any other central bank where we see that, okay, there's more of a hawkish stance coming from their perspective in terms of the monetary policy. By the way, we don't anticipate for the Bank of England or the Federal Reserve or the ECB or the BOJ to start lifting the interest rate anytime soon, not until Q3. But we should see their currencies appreciating a little bit. So we could, on the back of that, see a little bit of a retracement, something that you were discussing earlier.
All right. Naeem Aslam, Chief Market Analyst at Ava-Trade in London. Again, thanks as always.